We've seen protests on the streets of Portland almost every night for more than a month now. Over the weekend, we learned that U.S. Marshals deputies, Homeland Security officers, and officers from Border Protection have been protecting the courthouse. That's where riots have erupted. 7 people were arrested, and their charges range from assaulting a law enforcement officer to destruction of federal property. Many of the protests have developed into violent clashes with police. And today, Fox 12 sat down with the head of the union that represents Portland police officers to ask some tough questions about why things seem to be going around in circles. Our Simon Gutierrez is live at the Police Bureau's North Precinct with their answers. Simon?
Yeah, Daryl Turner's been head of the police union here in Portland for a good 10 years. He says he's seen his share of protests, even violent ones, but nothing like what he's been seeing recently. Could you give us just kind of a temperature check on the department, rank and file? What's the morale like right now, would you say?
I think morale's tough right now. I mean, most of the people have been working 30-plus days with a day or two off in between.
Some of the more peaceful and successful nights you've had have been where officers fall back and give space between them and the demonstrators. Why isn't there more of an emphasis on that kind of de-escalation, to back off?
And I think that's contradictory, as we react towards the behaviors of the people who are rioting, the people who are causing destruction, the people who are throwing things at police officers. We react to those things. We have to, because we have to keep people safe.
That said, the violence keeps happening. The two sides keep clashing. Isn't there some middle ground somewhere where there could be less violence?
I think there is a middle ground, and that middle ground is when police officers give a direction. If those directions are followed, I think everything is all right. I think the peaceful protesters understand that and they adhere to that. I think there are some people who come out and their intention is to bring weapons out, to clash with police, to fight police, to assault police, to destroy property, and to burn things.
In your statement yesterday, you said, and this is a quote, "Their destructive and chaotic behavior defines the meaning of white privilege." Can you explain what you mean by that?
The narrative out there is talking somewhat about white privilege, yet there are protesters out there that are mostly not people of color, protesting, rioting out there. Not the protests, but the rioters are out there destroying property, setting fires.
And that was just part of our conversation with Daryl Turner. Coming up at 5, we'll talk a little bit more about police reform and the union's relationship with one of the loudest voices calling for police reform. That's Commissioner Joanne Hardesty on the City Council. Reporting live in North Portland, Simon Gutierrez, Fox 12 Oregon.